Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hola.
Hola! Welcome to this week's, or this is our first episode. Shit, we should introduce ourselves. Hello! My name is Alistar. I'm known as The Trap. No, wait a minute. No, that's not me. Wait a minute. I'm sorry.
I thought you were the cam girl.
I am apparently a cam girl. Welcome to our stream. I'm not quite sure why I'm qualified to have a podcast, but we want to talk about shit. So that's our excuse. We just want to hang out and talk about things we love for an hour or two.
That's good qualifications.
Yeah, and I'm also joined by my dear friend Caius. Caius Gaming.
That's me. I'm Caius Gaming. I'm 34 and I like long walks on the beach and playing video games.
Nice.
Oh, this isn't a dating ad.
Oh shit! Oh crap! Wait, I thought it was two.
Oh shit.
You're wearing your nice evening attire and everything. You're ready, dude.
Yeah, I know. I'm dressed up for a date in my Care Bear pajamas and unbrushed hair. Oh, perfect.
You have a bit
Please
of
don't tell my wife.
have a bit of V-neck as well.
Ooh, my ladies.
Oh my
Maybe I should
gentlemen.
be the cam girl.
Oh, maybe you should. The Kigurumi is a good start. God, but yeah, we're also joined by another one of my favorite people, Mr. Sleepy Sen.
Hello. I'm Zen. Sleepy works as well. I am above 20. I'm 20 recently. I am almost a League of Legends professional player, kind of. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, that's like announced this week, right? It's been
Yeah.
finalized. Yeah, that you're actually gonna play in a professional team.
No way.
Yeah.
That's news to me. What team are you playing for? Can you tell us?
Yeah, I can actually.
Okay.
I will be playing for a team called Team Dragonborn as the academy team, and then I will be moving to Ninjas in Pyjamas later on.
Oh, wow.
Because of Ninja in Pyjamas League of Legends team have been out of league for recently years, so they're going to start it up pretty soon again.
Cool.
So, yeah.
And your academy team is Dragonborn, you said?
Yeah, at the moment.
Okay, I'm gonna, because I usually watch Academy NA. I'm gonna switch to
Oh.
watching Academy EU, and
Cool.
so I can see you pro play.
Hell
that,
yeah.
that will be awesome.
Hell yeah.
You got your first fan, I guess.
Hey,
Nice.
I'm so happy.
By the way,
congratulations.
if you need like some kind of voiceover, like the Dragon Ball. Yes, hook me up.
I would love to.
You need, dude, with such a good name, you need a fucking hype man intro. Some kind of like,
I actually tried to use the typical Skyrim music because
cowards. No, it's a good song. I'm sorry. It's a really good song.
1v1 him, Alistar.
I will win.
I saw your Anivia play. You won't win.
No, I will 1v1 I will try 1v1 the fucking Skyrim song, but I think I will lose there as well. I think I'll
I
lose
saw your
there.
Anivia play. You won't win.
What? My name is amazing. This is toxic. This is toxic. Actually toxic. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. I'm hoping, yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch. I don't watch any tournaments at all, but I will. Maybe Kais can scream at me, and I'll tune in.
I will try to keep it announced, so it's
Cool.
probably going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. You have a lot of experience. You'll do fine.
Experience. That's 9 years. Oh, jeez.
No, like the big fucking call downs, like 30 game lose streaks and 30 game lose streaks.
I can lose 35 tournaments in a row too.
Oh god. Oh god.
Yep, I know what that's like.
Big yikes.
Yikes.
It's okay. It takes a time. It takes a while for your team to get accustomed to each other as well. There's a grace period. Like, yep, we are gonna lose. This is a fight.
Yeah, that I can attest from experience that yeah, pro gaming is a lot harder than most people realize.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the hours you put in for practice are absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that's not the only thing. It's the mentality, like the mindset that you have. It's such a huge role while you're actually trying to improve or actually going somewhere.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because, yeah,
You have to have an almost, if you'll pardon the pun, Zen-like focus.
that's fun. That's why my coach told me that most of the teams have to get a psychiatrist just in
Oh,
case.
psychologist.
Psychologist, just because of trying to keep the mindset and the mentality stable,
Really?
because you will lose you at like somewhere at some point you will actually getting down, you will feel like you can't do anything, you don't improve that much either. So there's like a lot of things you lose by actually feeling down, and that's why you have to get a psychologist in case.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
So, yeah.
Yep.
it's a rough life. Good luck, my
Yes.
dude. Good luck, my dude.
Thank you.
Awesome. But yeah, what have you done this week, Kais?
Oh, I've been playing a lot of Space Engineers
All right.
and a lot of Warframe.
Oh.
So, Space Engineers has been fun. Minecraft in space. I mean, how cool is that?
That's pretty cool.
Now, if I could just figure out how to get my ship off this planet so I can actually get into space, that would be wonderful.
Right now it's just HD Minecraft. That's all it is.
Exactly, it's HD Minecraft. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Warframe as well. They just launched or just announced the abilities for the new Warframe coming out.
Oh, the Saria looking one? The thick.
No,
Thick
she's
frame?
already out.
Oh,
No,
I didn't
she's
know
already
that.
out.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, she's already out. No, the new one is Wisp.
Wisp.
Yeah, yeah. People are saying she looks like a Press 4 win game Warframe, much, unfortunately, like, I can't think of it.
Ember?
Like Ember used to be, yeah. That's
Yeah.
a really good example. Like Ember used to be.
You press one button, everything dies, and then entire world.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the ability is called World on Fire. I mean,
Like, you're not wrong.
yeah. That was pre-nerf Ember. Now Ember is just a joke.
She's still fun, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Besides that, I've been prepping for League of Legends NA Spring Playoff Finals next weekend.
Right, you're going.
Yes, I am. I'm leaving Friday morning at about 7 a.m. whenever my roommate gets home from work.
Whew.
He's
That's
gonna
gonna be
come
cool.
home, change clothes. We're gonna already be packed and off the road we go.
Awesome.
So, I already know one of the teams in it.
Oh, who is it?
TSM is one of the teams, and then today we'll find out if it's going to be Team Liquid or if it's going to be Team FlyQuest.
My league experience is very low. I know very few teams, but that is I'm gonna try to be cooler. Is that Team Solo Mid?
You are correct. That is Team Solo Mid. They beat Cloud9 3-2 yesterday and ended up in the finals. So everyone's figuring it's going to be Team Solo Mid versus Team Liquid.
Cool.
But FlyQuest they've done some interesting things, and they could sneak one out.
Damn.
They might be a little tricky here, and maybe they can cheese their way past Team Liquid and end up in the finals.
I mean, come on. We know that these kind of things will happen. If you saw the finals between Fnatic and Inventus Gaming,
Oh my god.
Inventus Gaming, for being one of the most unknown Chinese team that just kicked one of the best players in EU West. That's kind of unfortunate.
It's a
That
yikes.
is very unfortunate.
Did they have a reason for kicking him, or was it just it's?
Well, what should we say?
We don't have to say anything. That explains it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yep.
I'm just disappointed.
Hmm.
I like
Yeah.
it. I like it. That's okay.
Yeah. Honestly, FlyQuest kind of reminds me of Cloud9 during their rookie year. So, because Cloud9 during their rookie year was absolutely unstoppable. because they brought a whole new style of play to the game, and no one knew how to stop them at all. Like, no one knew what to do against them. So they steamrolled the entire season. I think they lost like one match that entire season.
Yeah.
So FlyQuest is doing some interesting things. Not as unique, but they're still doing some interesting stuff, and it may be enough to push Team Liquid out. So, and they have some good players to do it with. The real question is, can they deal with Team Liquid's bot lane, which is kind of a monster?
But is that the team you're cheering for then?
I'm cheering for FlyQuest.
Is it FlyQuest? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be cheering for FlyQuest. If they make it, I will be so excited. If they don't, I'll probably be cheering for Team Liquid. Or not Team Liquid, Team Solo Mid, because they have Bjergsen. And Bjergsen's always fun to watch.
And his Danish.
Yes, he is.
Cool.
Yep, as is their ADC, Sven.
Ooh.
Sven.
Yeah,
Yep.
we have players like names Bjergsen, Svenskaren. Svenskaren is not Swedish, he's Danish too.
Oh.
Yep, oh, I love Svenskaren.
You have there's like some Norwegian names like like Svenskaren, Danish, and but they
Yeah.
aren't really Danish or Swedish because they're like twisted instead.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, FlyQuest has, I believe, 2 Danish players. Santorin and Maxi are both, I think, Danish.
It's not bad.
Danish, there's like more Danish pro players than there is actually Swedish ones.
What?
In Europe, and it's kind of very unique in a way because Sweden is more known for being one of the best Counter-Strike players. That we have more Counter-Strike players than actually League of Legends.
Hmm.
Well, most of the things was based on CS:GO back then. Right now, I'm not sure, but I'm still able to tell that Denmark have more enough players to be qualified as one of the best European players at the
Oh.
moment. So yeah, that's that, I guess.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I have no information about any competitive. So yeah, that's cool. Cool to know. Nice. Have you done any D&D this week, guys?
No, not this week. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but because I was
Yeah?
sick so heavily
Aw.
earlier in the week, I didn't want to risk bringing
No.
horrible diseases on people. So
Good idea.
I canceled, and then I won't be doing it next week because I'll be in St. Louis. Oh, and then the following week I don't have it set up, so I might wait until May to do another one,
That's fair.
which is fine.
Shouldn't force it if you're not feeling well.
Nah,
Exactly.
Never a good idea.
Yeah,
never a
terrible
good idea.
ideas.
Yep. Oh yeah, we started our new show, Zen. This last Friday.
yeah.
That was fucking cool. We started voice acting for Chrono Trigger, which is an old
Best names ever with Goku.
Goku. Bitch.
Interesting female character.
Interesting female character, bitch. It's a dog name. She's a dog. And what was the other girl? ABBA.
We call it ABBA.
Yeah,
That was it. That was it.
because nobody likes her.
Nobody likes her. We should have called her Velma because she has about as much personality.
God.
Just, oh, there's a gizmo that needs to be fixed. I'm done. And then you forget about her for 2 hours.
Yep, pretty much. That's pretty much what Luca is. Like, oh, Gizmo, click, 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 and that's it. And then she's gone for like half the game.
Okay, don't worry about it.
But sadly, she's part of the group, so it makes it
Canon.
hard to.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
very
so-
important.
Only for a little while longer.
Yeah, but like she's gonna come back and like talk and stuff. I think that's what he meant. But yeah, she is.
No, actually,
bean.
you're almost to the point where you can dump her and never use her again until near the very end of the game.
Yeah, but I'm talking about story stuff, not fights. I'm talking about.
I am too.
Well,
Pretty sure she'll be able to talk about. Okay, never mind.
She will be able to if you bring her with.
Interesting. I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to spoil anything. But okay.
Yeah, we won't spoil it, but yeah, you are coming to a point where you can actually dump her and not use her, it's not needed to use her.
I have one question. It's not a spoiler, but do we have to level everyone up?
Nope.
Is there no point where you have to use the other characters like in Final Fantasy IX?
There are points where you do have to use specific characters near the end of the game where everyone kind of has their own side quest.
That is what I remember.
But because you do one side quest at a time, you don't really have to level everyone up. You just bring that person with and let two of your main characters do all the work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So like a typical Pokemon strategy. XP share.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, XP share for the win.
The XP share thing is the HM slave. Yes, have a Rattata with cut, rock smash, and strength. You're like, yes, I don't need anything else.
Yep, in first gen, I think mine was a Scyther.
That's a pretty cool HM slave. That's a pretty dope HM slave.
Yeah, it is. That's why I did it. I'm like,
damn.
I could use something weak and generic,
Nidoran.
or I could use my Scyther.
Yep. Good call. Good call, fam.
Yep.
But that's pretty busted. Right now they removed XP share in the newer games, and they installed something called like XP share to the whole party instead.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
From moment one, you no longer have to get the XP share item. It's
That's pretty
automatic
good.
now.
Oh, that's actually amazing.
So that's pretty handy. I mean, in some cases.
A lot less work, at least.
Yeah.
It
I
means
mean,
you-
Now, if they don't, now if only they'd turn up the XP share ratio, that would be wonderful.
But the game is still made for grinding, so it's like there's no
kind of removes a bit of the game, I guess. Yeah.
a bit.
Bad.
Yeah.
It is optional. You don't have to use it.
Yeah. Well, I
Can't
mean,
turn it off.
come on. The days when you stay in the same bush 3 hours and try
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
the level. I mean, come. I miss them days.
Level up your Abra, so he could get his first ability at like 21. Then he got his 16. Yeah, that's his first damaging ability. Unless you give him
Yep.
like a TM or something. They're like,
No, you couldn't give him a TM. He literally learned teleport at level 1, and that's all he had until level 16 when he evolved into Kadabra.
could you not give him Psychic or Psybeam? I thought you could.
Nope, not Abra. Abra cannot learn anything.
Really?
Yes.
I'm not sure, but the Platinum game, when I catch a Gibble, I think leveling the Gibble at like around level 10, I think he evolves like around maybe 28, 29. So the hassle that you have to actually level him is more painful to actually level an Abra.
Really? Why? What does Gibble do?
Because Gibble is useless. You don't get his evolution like after like 20.
But can he attack at all?
He has tackle.
Well, that's better than fucking Abra does. Abra's teleport. I leave the battle. I run away.
We can abuse teleport.
Well, yeah, it's nice out of combat. You're not right. It's not bad out of combat, but yeah, in combat he's kind of questionable.
Yeah, Abra's terrible in combat. You basically have to start with him, immediately switch him out to get him some experience, and then and catching him was such a pain in the ass too.
So bad. I think you could teach him Flash at least, so you could like have a CC.
Nope.
Are you sure? What?
Yeah, in Generation 1, Abra could not learn anything.
Oh, I might not be thinking about Generation 1 though.
That's
I
why.
might
That's why Bidoof is the most broken HTM Pokemon you could ever wish for.
Really?
Yep. You could you just use Bidoof for like HTM, like Surf, Waterfall, Cut, Strange. Like those are all the things you had to use.
That's very true. That's actually true.
Easier. Yeah.
According to chat, you can teach them TMs. Apparently. Apparently. But I don't know.
Oh wow, yes, he is capable of learning them. I thought he wasn't, but yeah, he can learn.
Because I have a small memory
Yes, yep.
of giving him Psychic very early. Like when he was low.
Yep,
I
TM
finished the game, but
TM29 Psychic.
yeah, it's been a while though, so my memory
Yeah.
might also be faulty, but yeah, there's a lot of stupid
Yep.
shit you can do. It's amazing.
I did not realize that. That's very interesting.
Makes it slightly easier, but like a good TM you won't get until later in the game. So when you can first find an Abra early, then yeah, you don't have anything to give him. What I can remember at least.
I mean, the hassle as well, like trying to get the Alakazam, is that you can't actually get him without trading.
Yes.
So
Yeah, so you have to get someone else's Alakazam, basically.
Gotta trade around and like, ugh. So annoying.
that's a kind of a sad system. That
Yeah.
they can't
It's
really
a
get
cool
rid of.
system because they want you to interact with other people, but it's really annoying when you don't want to interact with other people.
I don't want to socialize with
Right?
people.
Fuck 'em, dude. Or you don't know anyone that has
socialize.
a DS, and you're a fucking nerd on an island with 0 people on it. You're like, well, what can I do now? Buy a second one so I trade with myself? Okay, I guess that's the solution.
Oof.
Big yikes.
Although my personal favorite thing to do with Abra in the more recent games was
Yeah.
teach him Fire Punch and Ice Punch.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That is pretty dope.
Yeah, yeah. You had to go through a bunch of breeding steps, but you could breed an Abra with Fire Punch and Ice Punch. It was fucking hilarious.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, back in my old days, we didn't use the nature. We just used abilities.
There was no breeding stations. This is a new hocus pocus. I will not accept it. Oh, there's been a lot of like talks about Pokemon in the way, because there is a professional scene. It's not very prevalent, but there is one. And there's a lot of, I don't know if it's saltiness, but it's the idea that if you use, because there's a lot of hacks involved in the professional Pokemon scene, and it's mainly because it takes so fucking long if you actually want to like breed and train a real team. Like if you want the Pokemon to have these abilities and these traits, it's gonna take you like 100 hours to like.
We don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm very salty about that.
Yeah, it's
We'll end up talking about
yeah,
it.
you will definitely talk about it. But like, it takes a lot of time, and it's fucking, dude. If you're gonna use it for tournament, just fucking use the sheets. Who gives a shit?
It's pretty fun when you say that, because me and my friend went out and actually discussed about how
Yeah?
stupid professional scene is when it comes to how they actually train their Pokemon, because they don't actually train their Pokemon they don't grind it.
Nope.
The thing they do is that they use something called a trading bug that gives you ability to copy the Pokemon that you have and make a similar one
Oh.
by canceling at the time while training. So you get a
Okay.
copy of the Pokemon that you can, trade. But at the same time, you have still the same one with the same stats, with the same nature. An IV.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that's like very, very broken tactic, because you could literally get six Arceus with the same IVs and sell them and get better Pokemons from that, like
Yeah.
an example.
Yeah.
By just doing one little bug, they could copy and make more of them.
Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting.
And my salty story about Pokemon breeding is I was breeding a Speedican, a Blaziken based on speed, which is
Cool.
one of the best professional used Pokemons in the
Cool.
game. And I was breeding it and got about like 8 or 9 Blaziken eggs, because trying to breed it just right takes a lot of work, and it's usually easier to just get a whole bunch of eggs at once and walk them all at the same time.
Okay.
And I released my 4 IV Blaziken accidentally and had to start all Over.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean you
I
released? Oh, you.
The wrong Blaziken because I was getting rid of other ones that I didn't need that weren't good.
Oh.
And I released the one that I spent so much time on that had my speed on it that it had the right nature on it.
No.
I was like, I needed one more IV to be perfect.
Oh no.
And I'd have been done. And I screwed it up.
So yeah, when you say release, you mean you let it go. It went into
Yep.
the wilderness, the god creature that it was. Left
Yeah, pretty much.
a fire mark on the ground and then just teleported out of existence.
Yep, exactly. It was like a golden Bidoof.
Fuck. Golden Bidoof! I found a golden Rattata. That's the most useless gold you can ever find.
Yeah,
So
so that's
fucking
my very, very salty
I can
Pokemon
imagine.
breeding story, and that's why I don't breed Pokemon anymore.
That's fair. That's fair, my dude. That sucks.
But I am looking forward to Sword and Shield when it comes out.
It looks stupid. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm down.
What about you, Alistar? What have you been doing in gaming this week?
Oh god. I've been sick mostly. Like you can hear from my voice. I've mostly just been sick. I've read a lot of anime. I've read a lot. Oh, it's been good. I've been very sad that I haven't been able to stream as much, but holy fuck, I've been reading a lot of anime. It's glorious. There's one anime I actually manga I won't talk about because it's so stupid. It's about a guy that there's a special genre I used to read, which is called isekai, which is basically another world. So you die or you get teleported or whatever. They have teleported to another world because because it doesn't matter usually. They are just there now. So they have their like modern ideas and modern thoughts, but in a fantasy world, and it's amazing. It's brilliant. So this guy dies, and he loved the bears. So he died and got reincarnated as a bear that could talk.
A white bear.
A white giant polar bear in the middle of like a jungle. It makes no sense. He's just a big white fluffy teddy bear. Like he's like 2-3 meters tall. He's fucking
the good part-
humongous.
The good part about that as well
Yeah.
is that in the story there is bear puns as well.
Yeah.
Barely.
Oh,
Hey,
God.
but it comes out as his normal speech as well. He doesn't do them on purpose. He's like, I barely know what to do.
That manga sounds unbearable.
Yes, they say that. They say that.
Oh, I'm sure.
They
I'm
say
sure.
that. It's called Shirokuma Tensei, and it's glorious. And they all think he is like the god of the forest, because apparently what their guardian deity is a white bear. So they all start worshiping him, and it's just the dumbest. He also gets in a fisticuffs fight with another bear. And the bear like tries to bite him and like, scratch his shit. He does like kung fu moves. It's so stupid. Oh, it's great. It's great.
The irony behind this is that in the village, there is a made-up story or a story they call that the polar bear, a white bear, is often a guardian of the forest.
Yeah.
So that kind of a bit like the irony behind
cute.
this, because
It's cute.
this one has no connection
Oh god, no.
to the forest.
He's a fucking nerd from our world that has reincarnated as a bear. And he's a nice guy. He wants to help people, so he builds houses and shit. It's a very wholesome story. It's very wholesome. It's a nice read. It's not very long. It's just like 12, 15 chapters. Pretty short.
Oh, that's not bad.
But they're still working on it. But we'll see if they ever actually finish it. Because they don't usually finish isekais. Doesn't happen that often. They kind of do them and then dump them, which is a shame.
I mean, they continue with the Shield Hero,
Yep.
the recent one. So I mean,
It's
at
not
least
that
one.
recent. It has a lot of chapters out. It has like 50 chapters out. Most have like 15. So yeah, it's been getting some love. There's also been made a anime now,
You
which I haven't watched the anime. I just read the manga, and it's pretty fucking dark. At least the manga is. Do you get that feeling?
The manga, yeah, I do actually.
Yeah, the anime I haven't watched, but yeah, it's
I would recommend you to watch the anime because the anime is pretty nice. At least the OSTs, the music in it is.
that's
it's
cool. Might be
beautiful.
cool. Might be cool. But yeah, it's basic. He's called the Shield Hero. And there are in total 4 heroes. There's like the Sword Hero, that I think it's like a Bow Hero, and like the Spear Hero, I think.
Yeah.
And he gets a shield, and everyone from the get-go fucking looks at him and laughs. They're like, "You are useless." Straight up say, "You are useless." He's like, "I didn't choose the shield. It's not my fault." And it's basically just a anime about alienation and bullying in a fantasy world. It's pretty fucking dark, and he wants to kill himself.
Sounds like my kind of anime.
Yep. it after a few episodes, it gets lighter, and he starts having hopes about life, but it's still pretty fucking dark. But yeah, it's not a bad manga.
No, it definitely not is.
It's not
I I like it.
it is depressing. It's not bad. Gets nicer later.
And how about you, Zen? What have you been doing in gaming this week?
Okay, so I've been reading a lot of new game facts about that Assassin's Creed is making a new game based on Vikings now.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
A couple weeks ago, Assassin's Creed from Wikido knows there's something very interesting in Division 2. A poster of a game that could be Assassin's Creed Easter egg. Eventually, it's an exciting conventions to Reddit. And there have been many YouTubes that explaining the matters and like specific.
Specifics?
So, yeah. So they're making a Viking-looking game. I'm not sure how, but it's going to be like very more based on Scandinavia, so like Nordic traditions.
Cool. That's very
So,
cool.
yeah.
Because the latest one was what was it actually called? Assassin's Creed. You were in the Roman times, right?
Yeah, in the Greek times.
Yeah. And that game was the first game that said, "Fuck to making sense. Let's just add a fucking." It's not a naga. It's not a naga, is it? It's a snake creature. There was monsters in that game. They stopped giving a shit, and they just fuck it. Fantasy go add it. We don't.
It's pretty unique. That's not Assassin's Creed never done that kind of things before, so this is pretty new that they add fantasy versus. I mean, come on. When I played Assassin's Creed, at least the most of them, I had a high grade in history thanks to playing just Assassin's Creed. That's true.
Cool. That's cool.
The history in it is so catchy that you actually give the interest.
Yeah, that was something they added in the newest one. It was straight up a history mode that school classes used for education, because it was just a wiki with a nice UI. We got also displayed in a fucking museum. They probably got it was like the building next to Ubisoft headquarters. It was a museum.
Yeah. I mean,
It's nice.
I think this is a good way to actually educate the younger teens with history by trying to see if there's anyone that is interested in games in general, trying to make them to more interested in the games and see if they can learn something about that.
Yeah, I can see the compelling part. Definitely. I stab some people
too.
and I learn. Let's go, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm married to a teacher, so yeah, learning by interacting it really is a better way of learning. It's much better than just, being dictated to or say, here, read this book.
Looking at a graph and just wanting to kill yourself because holy fuck, you are as boring as paint drying. Holy shit. I appreciate you being here, but please stop.
Exactly.
That's really cool. I haven't heard about that.
Yeah.
Any other news you've heard, Sen?
Let's see. There was one. Epix made something called an anti-ban hardware ID.
Yes,
And
yes.
this came actually pretty recently. I think it was yesterday. They are going to make it more simpler, or at least trying to make the banning more heavier for the punishment for people that cheats, and make
Interesting.
it more hardware banned. So people that gets banned hardwarely won't be able to use the computer they have unless they
Yeah.
buy a new one.
Yeah.
Because I think this is the best of everything else in the world at the moment. The best punishment for people to not making new accounts and cheat on new things. So this is better than IP ban, definitely.
Yeah, well,
Mm,
IP can be flushed.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
I mean hardware can be flushed as well, but
Yep.
it wouldn't be that easy because it will cost you more money
Costs
to
money.
buy a new PC or a
Yeah.
new part.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I found a really interesting counter argument to this. Just from searching this, and it's what if you buy a used part online, and that part has been banned? It
Yeah,
means your account is now banned. Like that is
Yep,
that is a
That's
very
real possibility.
that's a very interesting just problem.
you could do that.
It's a lot
I
of
would
work.
assume that it would have more than a single check. So if you buy, say, a video card that has been known to be owned by a cheater that is marked,
Hmm.
but none of your other hardware is, I mean, you would think that they'd say, okay, this guy sold this part online and, or got rid of
Yeah.
this part. And none of the other parts in their computer match, so
I mean, they're still trying to make the system work because this is like code made, so we don't know yet how everything's going to turn out.
No, it's true.
This is just a prototype, I think they said about that. But I hope they make it balanced, like you mentioned.
It's
If you
gonna be
have
hard.
a
It's gonna be
graphics
really
card
hard.
that is hardware banned and the other parts is not, it would be a shame if your PC get hardware banned by just a graphics card. That you
Yeah.
just
When you buy a router, it has its own like
IP address?
factory made IP. I don't think it's called IP address. It's like
MAC address.
Matt. Thank you. That is what I'm wondering if it's actually checking the MAC address. Because that I feel how else could they remember it's this specific part? Because every part should have their own unique MAC address.
Every part has their own series number. I'm not talking about series number that you're able to find
No.
online. I'm talking about the series number that we're kind of, because when you usually make graphics card, you always have a number on. This is card number 159. This is card 6,359. There's like multiple numbers on the graphics card that's called serial numbers that you use for both. When you give it back to your factory, they have to know if this is your graphics card that you're giving back because you have a warranty or that kind of such.
But can a developer find that online while you game? That's what I'm really question marking about.
That's far from my knowledge, sadly.
Right? Because MAC address, I think they should be able to get.
Yeah, MAC address you can pull just via internet. I mean, which if they're doing a ban by MAC address, that's better than an IP ban because you can't
Yes.
flush your MAC address
No.
as easily.
No. Yeah, I have no clue. It was just a thought. It was just a thought.
The only problem that comes in with that is it depends what MAC address they're banning. If they're banning your router's MAC address and you live in, say, an apartment,
Or in a school. College.
yeah, exactly. You're banning like 200 people for one person.
Yeah. That's also
And
a bad idea.
if you're banning their computer's MAC address, then they literally just have to go and either buy a new wireless card
Yep.
or a new Ethernet card, and they bypass it.
Yeah.
And neither of those are expensive.
Nope. Like, yeah, we don't know
So-
what they're gonna ban, and they probably don't want to tell us either.
No.
Yeah, that would be a terrible idea for them to tell us, because then it's just going
Work
to
around.
people being like, yeah, how do I work around this?
Jesus fucking Christ. That's very interesting, though. That, yeah, they have to find a way to stop hackers. I guess this is one way to do it. It's pretty invasive, I would say. And it's also a system that's very prevalent to fail or have a lot of problems. It's probably gonna ban the wrong people by mistake, but we'll never know that because both parties will say they got banned by mistake, even though they cheated.
Yep. Cheaters will say, oh, it wasn't cheating, it was a mistake.
My brother used my computer. I didn't know he would cheat.
Well, ironically, that's not a valid reason. If you tell a company, well, someone else is using my computer, they're like, it's your computer.
Yep.
Even if you're like, well, I share the computer with other people, well, that sucks for you then.
Yeah, and then they go to
That's
Reddit.
actually against the terms. There's
complaint.
something called privacy terms that you're not
Yeah.
allowed to account share to anything.
That's
This
true.
is basically on everything: Facebook, Instagram, League of Legends, Dota, CS:GO. You're not allowed to share account.
But it
you
wouldn't
share
be.
acc-
It wouldn't be
Yeah.
account sharing if you use the same computer, though.
That's a different story. But if you give your account info to someone and that person logs in, if you mention that I just let my brother play on it, they will identify it as account sharing and they will ban you for that. Because I've been there. I've been
Oh. Oh.
I've been boosting people. I've been
Yikes.
doing something that you shouldn't have done, but I had my needs. Sadly,
Gotta eat. Gotta eat, dude.
I need food, so
Yeah.
I mean I need actually a little bit money.
Gotta eat.
So
Nothing wrong with that.
MMR boosting, boosting in general, rank boosting. There's so many ways you could do things by just giving account sharing, and that caused a lot of problems.
Yep, actually, that happened. My old World of Warcraft guild, we had a guy, he was sharing his account with his little brother.
Oh.
His brother was 14 and he was 17, and it's like, okay, they're family, it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blizzard found out about it and shut his account down. He wasn't doing anything wrong.
Huh.
Like, he wasn't buying gold, he wasn't cheating or hacking in any way. They were both
Interesting.
playing fairly, they had separate characters, but Blizzard's like, that's account sharing. You can't do that.
It's very
And they shut
interesting.
his account down.
Huh.
But it is a different story if you play from the same computer. If we think about that, I'm borrowing my account, but you have to play on my computer in order to not getting that mark of account sharing. That's the only way to actually succeed of account share. Otherwise, there's no way. You will get banned either. However.
Don't fucking talk about it. Problem solved.
Yeah, if you were
200
smart,
IQ.
exactly.
Okay.
200 IQ, yeah.
200 IQ. There was one
get-
guy in straight up the Overwatch League that got banned. Like a professional player got banned from playing because he boosted accounts.
Yeah, and I will probably be one of them too.
Don't stop.
Hopefully.
Don't do it right now. Don't stop.
I know it's.
Stop!
I had quitted doing that for 2 years ago, so it's fine.
I don't know, what's the statute of limitations on that?
I don't know.
3,250 accounts.
Yikes. Yikes.
And suddenly Sleepy Zen goes from being a pro player to being in jail.
Professional beggar. Let's go, dude.
Oh hell yeah!
Keep going, dude. That's what I am right now. Yikes. Yikes.
Yikes!
Yeah. Okay. Talking about professional beggar. Wait a minute. No, this doesn't work at all. There's. Have you guys watched Cowboy Bebop, the anime?
Yep.
Yep.
It's a glorious piece of cinematography from I think it's like 15 years old now.
It is one of my childhood games.
It's really good.
Childhood animes. So it's
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
hand drawn and everything. It's beautiful. They're making a live action on Netflix.
oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna.
I hate live action.
Well, there's been some good live action, like the live action Teen Titans was fucking amazing.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
It was right.
It was. Yeah, it was definitely better than the live-action Dragon Ball movie.
Ah, that's true.
It's pretty.
That's true.
It wasn't even Dragon Ball. It wasn't even Dragon Ball. It was.
No, it
Holy
wasn't.
shit! It didn't have anything. He didn't even use Kamehameha. He just threw a ball.
Yep.
Holy fuck! You missed the ball by throwing it. It's insane.
Yeah, that movie was terrible.
It's insanity. They have announced a few of the actors. One of them is John Cho. He hasn't been in a lot of things, but he at least he is Asian, so that's something. Which Dragon Ball didn't fucking have.
Yeah, that's very true. They did not have that.
John Cho hasn't done a lot. He's been in like I guess one of the Avengers movies, I think, with a pretty shit role. So he was in Star Trek Beyond as Hikaru Zulu. Like for some reason Zulu could use a sword, and that was all he was. He fought on top of a falling space station with like a little rapier.
Oh yeah, that's a throwback to the old episode.
Oh,
I can't think of the name of it now.
I've heard it.
Basically, the entire crew of the Enterprise is going crazy.
Oh.
And at one point, Sulu was running around the ship with no shirt on, chasing people with a rapier. It's hilarious. And you get to see George Takei without a shirt on, which is also awesome.
That is pretty fucking awesome. You're not wrong. That's
I
pretty
gotta
awesome.
find that episode.
You kind of have to. I'm interested. Other than that, he hasn't done a lot that I look from here. It's been in the reboot of Total Recall. I don't remember him being in there. Yeah, that's kind of about it, from what I care about at least. But he looks cool. Why not? They're also the like his shipmate, the African American like big strong guy, who's pretty cool. He is played by the main protagonist from the Luke Cage Netflix show. If you guys remember him, it's just a big hunk of chocolate sexiness. He looks fucking amazing. If it's gonna be a good cast for a Cowboy Bebop show, I don't know.
Naked Time, that's the episode.
It's called Naked Time. I'm
Yes.
not googling that. I'm not googling that.
And there's a follow-up episode from Star Trek The Next Generation called Naked Now,
Oh,
in which Data gets laid.
I remember that. I watched that episode. It's really bad.
It is terrible, but it's awesome.
What are emotions? Now, insert your... No, Data.
Now, ride this penis.
I have many forms of vibration. Most of them will kill you. What? What?
Here it is.
No.
Here is the picture of George Takei with a rapier and no shirt.
Oh. Oh, hello.
Exactly. Oh my.
He's
my.
holy shit! He was fit.
Oh, dude is still fit. He's like 80 and still fit.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
George Takei without a shirt.
He. Yeah. I think he passed away 2 years ago now.
Did he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
I thought he was still alive.
Might be
So
gone.
sad.
Maybe I'm wrong.
No, he's 81 years old.
Oh, you're right. Who was it from Star Trek: The Past? Never mind.
I guess
Spock.
old geezer.
Leonard Nimoy.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. Oh shit, rip. Yeah, fucking George Takei has always been amazing.
Appeared in an episode of Star Trek Voyager. Oh, where Tuvok's
visited-
memories, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome, awesome. Do you guys have any more news?
I've got a pile of news.
Oh, hit us, hit us.
Well, first of all, in proof that Fortnite sucks and Apex Legends is better,
Okay.
Fortnite is adding next week a Apex Legends-like respawn system.
All right. The
Reboot
little-
van.
Yeah.
Yep, reboot vans and reboot cards.
Cool. Yeah, why not?
So-
It's a good system.
Yep, just more proof that Fortnite is actually terrible. And all my friends who play it are dumb for playing it. I don't even like Apex Legends, but I've seen you play it, and from what I can watch, it is actually kind of awesome.
It is very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty cool game.
Let's see, what else? Well, you might as well do a Twitch Prime plug for
Sure.
Alistar's stream.
Ooh. You want me to?
You are the
Go for it.
professional.
You are the professional one at this.
Twitch Prime is a free service when you can have free subscription with you to your favorite streamer, Alistar. All you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch, allowing you to get free subscription, free loot boxes at PUBG, Apex, and League of Legends.
Free loot boxes.
Free loot boxes. Sign up today.
And on top
Thank
of
you.
that, they announced the April games coming for
Oh.
Switch Online, which you can get a year of Switch Online for free
Oh.
by being a Twitch Prime member.
Oh wow.
Ooh,
That's
That's actually
insane.
nice. That's actually
Yeah,
nice.
it's
Fuck.
$20 a year to sign up for it, but they're giving it away 1 year for free.
Cool.
This month it's getting Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels, which
Oh.
is Super Mario Brothers 2 in
Oh.
Japan.
The Super Mario hard mode in
yeah, exactly.
Europe.
Yeah, Super Mario Hard Mode. The shoot 'em up game Star Soldier for the NES, much less known, and the biggest one is the classic boxing game Punch Out.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it's Mr. Dream. It's not Mike Tyson, but whatever.
Right. They had to change that.
Because ear biting is a thing.
Yes.
Let's see. There was another piece of Twitch Prime news. Oh, the new games for Twitch Prime that are coming out this month.
Mm-hmm.
Her Story is coming out, which is kind of
Oh.
it's a throwback to like FMV games almost.
It's a detective game in a sense.
Yeah, it's a detective FMV game. So it's a bit of a throwback, but it's not as terrible.
That's very true. It is a very, very cool game. It's very unique for nowadays. You get to watch a lot of clips in an undetermined order, and it's your job to decide what goes first and what is last. Because there are dates and stuff, but you don't know if it's correct or not. And it's a giant clusterfuck of memorization and
And puzzle solving.
Just being a detective.
Yep. Inner Space, which is actually a pretty cool game. It's an exploration game where gravity is backwards. So instead of gravity pulling you in, it pushes you out.
Ooh. Cool.
Joggernauts, which I never heard of, but I saw it, and it's something I think me and my wife will end up playing. It's a co-op platformer.
Juggernauts?
Yep. Co-op platformer with auto-running characters that must quickly switch back and forth to navigate color-coded puzzles.
I can't even find it. Okay, cool.
And then the last game they're releasing this month is a game that you definitely need to stream, Alistar, and that's Keep in Mind Remastered. It's a horror adventure where you play as Jonas, who's forced to face his inner demons.
Oh, this looks terrifying.
Exactly, that's why you should stream it.
Perfect. My dream. But I can handle horror games well.
Count me out, please.
Same. Take me with you, said.
What else is news this week? Oh, Monster Hunter World on sale for $32 this week on Steam.
Right. They've
Speaking
also added the HD textures.
Yeah. Speaking of horror games,
I was
that
broken.
game. That game's a horror because you will be spending hundreds upon hundreds of hours playing it if you want to get anywhere.
It's a really good game, but it takes forever.
Yeah, yeah. The new re-release of the original Borderlands.
Yep,
I think
yep.
Yep,
Isn't
that's out
it
now.
1, 2, and what was the third game called? I don't remember.
Oh, pre-sequel.
Pre-sequel.
That's the Handsome Jack package. Yeah. The Handsome Collection or something.
Something like that.
That was
free.
Yeah, they have an
Free to play right
update for that. That's full Ultra HD texture packs.
Whew.
But yeah, then they're also re-releasing. They're also putting HD texture packs to the original Borderlands Game of the Year edition, and it has some updated gameplay and guns, customization, things like that. And apparently, it altered the final boss to make it actually fun.
No way.
Yeah.
That's a tall order, dude. That was a horrible
That
boss
is a
fight.
tall order. That boss fight sucked.
It was fucking trash.
Let's see. Darksiders is coming to Switch.
Yep, yep.
Oh,
That was Tuesday it came out.
cool.
So if you're a fan of Darksiders, you can get it for your Switch now. I was a huge fan of Darksiders, but I have it for my PS3, and I absolutely love it already. So I don't need it on my Switch.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I played a bit of it. I never finished it.
Hard game.
It's basically Zelda, but yeah, a lot more gritty and hard.
Yep.
It's not bad.
And then my biggest point of news this week that I saw, and I am super happy about,
Yeah.
was r/games being closed on April 1st.
Yeah, that was fucking weird. They just
Everyone
closed the subreddit.
Yep, everyone originally thought it was just for April Fool's Day as a joke, but no, they closed it and they left a really nice message on the front page. I recommend you read it. It is basically dealing with the issue of online bullying, online racism, homophobia, transphobia, and misogyny.
It's up right now.
Yeah, it was only closed for one day.
Oh, okay. That's
But
nice.
basically, they did it as a way of saying that, hey, this is not cool. We're gamers. Let's all get along as gamers. We're
nice.
tired of seeing all the people who are saying, you're just a woman, you can't play, or if you'll excuse the very vulgar language here, you're a fag, or you're all these different horrible things, including words like the N-word.
Yeah.
When people get salty, they're like that's not cool, and there are groups that have already been combating that. There was like Gamers Rise Up and their efforts to combat it, but this is the first time someone this huge has done something so massive, because r/games is a huge subreddit.
Yeah,
And
it is.
Yep, and for them to say, hey, you need to stop this. This is not how we are. That's very interesting, and it's a very powerful movement. So I was very excited when I saw that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's super cool of them. I hope it made a difference.
I hope so too. I'm sure it won't in most communities, unfortunately.
No,
But
they made the effort. They tried.
exactly. And I think it'll at least start something that in time will fix some of these communities.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, let's hope it'll fix things like the League of Legends and Dota communities and World of Warcraft communities and all these other online communities who think this is okay, because it's not.
Well, that's will be taking a lot of time actually to see how it will progress further. I think.
We will see.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool then. That's super awesome.
There is Assassin's Creed 3. There will be a remaster coming out very
right.
soon. Like a better
HD remix.
Yeah. Because Assassin's Creed came out 2012. It had been few years since then, and we already improved our quality gaming right now in 2019.
Yep.
Most of our games are able to run at 4K, so this will be probably at that kind of level.
Did you see the face comparison they did?
Yeah, I actually did.
That was a bit interesting.
For those who don't know, the face comparison, it somehow looked worse for some reason. It almost looked like it was like an old Xbox, like original game. It didn't look amazing.
No, not so much.
It's not something you wanna be happy about comparing it to. God damn it! It is amazing.
It is pretty funny actually.
Like I do not care about Assassin's Creed. I played the first one and I loved it to death, and then after that, Ezio made me actually hate it. Ezio Auditore. It's a weird. It was such a shift for me. But I really enjoyed Black Flag. Black Flag I thought was amazing. Just the characters were funny. You had so much freedom running around with your boat and shit. It was super cool.
Cool, actually.
I'm gonna lose a lot of nerd cred. I only played about half of the first Assassin's Creed.
That's fine. That's fine.
And that's it.
Yeah, it is. It's not a great game.
Okay, then I don't feel so bad. Yeah, I didn't enjoy it.
It's very grindy. You basically do the same thing the whole time, but I like that because I'm a problem.
Oh, I don't mind grindy games. I mean, for God's sakes, I play Warframe.
That's very true. But it's
I
a
play
bit.
World of Warcraft too. I mean, you want to talk about grindy games?
Yes, but like I would say the difference there is that you gain something from grinding. Grinding in the first Assassin's Creed game gives you nothing. You don't get any upgrades, you don't get any animals, you don't get anything of value except you can finish the game now.
That's true.
It's a bad grind game, but it was for its time. I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a. I enjoyed the time I did spend with it, but I got very bored with it, and I was like, I'm done.
That's fair. It's fair. There's also. Have anyone here played Dragon Quest? I have not.
Too much.
I have.
Have you? Okay. Do you have a game you could recommend me in the Dragon Quest series to play?
Ooh, that's.
oh,
I know. This is a tall order because there's actually like 20.
Yeah.
I have a 3DS. If that helps, is that a good system to play it on?
I never played it on 3DS. Most of my Dragon Quest experience comes from the early games
Okay.
for like NES.
I can recommend playing Dragon Quest 8 on 3DS. It's pretty fun. I love it. I'm playing it because I have a 3DS, or I used to own one myself.
Yeah.
Then I played a lot of Dragon Quest, at least on my 3DS or my Nintendo in general.
Okay.
So I actually do recommend playing it.
I'll take a look. It looks cool.
The enemy scenes aren't big ass if you're playing on PlayStation,
Oh, okay.
so you have to keep that in mind. You won't see those huge difference in
Big boys.
cinematics, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's
I
not
might.
huge, but the story's pretty fun. I love the story.
Okay. Yeah. I'll give it a look. Looks cool.
And if you want to play a super old school Dragon Quest game, I recommend Dragon Quest 3.
Dragon Quest
Yeah.
3. That's is that NES even?
Yep.
Game Boy. Game Boy Color! Oh shit. I actually have a Game Boy Color still.
I used to own one. That's when my boy. I played Pokemon Crystal and Yellow on that.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
Good ass times.
But I'm very, very yelly on people that have the real Game Boy I mean, the black and white one.
Oh, that's
the
I have that. It's
traditional one.
trash. No, why are you?
I'm actually kind of yelling.
Is it
because I always
collector's
wanted
thing
one.
you want? Oh, okay.
Yeah, kind of, but I always wanted one when I was little, so I bought my color instead. I mean, I'm colorblind, so it won't make any difference.
True, very true.
True.
Like the SP one is actually my bae, because yeah, it had the backlight behind the screen. That invention was insane. Because I had a friend who had a Game Boy Color, and he had like okay, because those that don't know, the first Game Boy didn't have any built-in lighting at all. The only way you could play it if you either had like a light source above you or from the side. Like you had to be in a very lit room, which was kind of annoying. So what they added, Nintendo in all their glorious wisdom, is that they added a fucking magnifier plus light source. Which was just it was like you had your Game Boy and then you could hook on like a giant fucking like it looked like you were gonna do some science shit. Like it was advanced.
Yes.
And it was so big and clunky. It made it actually heavy. So then a lot later they released the Game Boy SP, Game Boy Advance SP, which is just it had a built-in light source and it was so small and it was so good. Oh. It was amazing. It's great.
I can believe it.
It was great. It's called the Light Boy.
The light boy.
The Light Boy requires 2 AA batteries. So fucking ugly. It's insane. They made so many proprietary systems for it. It's actually amazing how many stupid inventions they made for the Game Boy Advance. They made a camera. Like, it's just crazy.
Here we go.
What's up?
See if I can get this to pop up.
Oh,
Perfect.
Oh.
This is the one for the original.
let's see here.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Transform your game.
It's an extra sound system. It's an extra light source. It's a magnifier. Yeah, it's just so
Speaker.
fucking big. It wasn't that expensive. Well, this was a while ago, so $15 was worth more at the time. But like, yeah, this is not that expensive. To be fair.
I had one. I had one for my original Game Boy.
Oh, all of these, or just the light source?
Yeah, I got the
pack.
got it as a kit. Yep.
Oh, do you see that monstrosity at the bottom left? The Ultron, the Transformer.
Yes.
Holy crap! I will play you now, human. Submit.
Yep, exactly.
Submit.
That's how Skynet starts from an old Game Boy.
Oh, that's why
This
they
scares
stopped.
me.
This scares you.
But it was I was so jealous like on people that had one of these because I always wanted to
Really?
buy one, but it was so expensive. I mean, I couldn't even feed myself. Come on.
Yeah, alright. I would have loved one too. Just like, there's been a lot of things I just wanted to have.
It's fine.
But yeah, it's just an extra. It's not important.
No.
We'll get
Well-
one. Like they've released so many NES. What's it called? The NES Mini. Have you heard about that?
NES. Yeah, NES, like basically emulators.
Yes, exactly. Just a miniature NES. They'll probably release a Game Boy one. Well, you can already buy one that you can use with HDMI and USB and stuff. But yeah, it's not a classical.
Yeah, no,
one.
it isn't. We call them raspberries.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
That's a good program to work with for that. Very, very compact and affordable. That's super cool.
Okay, seriously, I have to call this one out. Appy, fight me, because there are some really, really good classic games like the original Legend of Zelda.
There are some. Okay, I've heard a fucking argument break out over this. Because there are a few really, really good, yes, normal Game Boy games. Like, there's like, don't attack me on this, but there's like 5 good normal Game Boy games. There's some fucking amazing Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color games. Because that was a fucking gold mine in the past.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There was a
Okay,
really fucking good. But there was it had the Nintendo syndrome that the Wii had. There was like 10% of the games were good. 20% of the games were I can play this and not feel sick or want to throw it out of the window. And then the rest, the 70%, is actual trash that you could use as a coaster.
Yep, yep.
There was a lot of shit.
Nintendo and Game Boy were very much the same in that they had a massive library, and most of it sucked.
Everyone was allowed to make a game for it. There was no checks. There was no stop. Just make a game.
There was no real quality control standards at that point.
No.
When the Super Nintendo came out, they were much more stringent on who could make games and things like that. That's why if you go back and play the Super Nintendo, there's a lot more good games.
They had a quality sticker on it, but you were still allowed to make, like, there was still garbage game being made, but yeah, at least you had a chance to, like, oh, Nintendo has looked at this is a good game.
Ironically, they had that quality sticker on the NES too. The Nintendo seal of quality, I think is what they called it.
Yeah.
And it was on like all but like 50 of the games.
The Christian games maybe didn't get it.
Yeah, exactly. The third party illegal Christian games like
there are so many of them.
God, what is some of them?
What about like Bible Adventures was one of them?
Thank you, Bible Adventures. Yes, that's the one I was thinking of.
The famous
where
one.
You could, where you can play Noah's Ark.
Yes.
Oh dear sweet God!
Yeah.
You're carrying like sheep and ox and snakes and just a massive stack of animals.
So good.
Noah's like the Hulk. He's like, carry everything. Doesn't even slow him down. Like,
no fear.
What the hell?
Don't worry about it. That was amazing.
Yep.
Baby Jesus Christ RPG. Wait a minute. This is on Steam. This is on Steam right now. We're looking this up.
Okay, I'm going to Steam as well.
Jesus Christ RPG, the trilogy. They've released 3 of these games. Oh my God! It's RPG Maker with horribly made 3D rendered figurines. Oh, it's amazing!
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
This is absolutely amazing.
Holy shit! They've just taken like old Final Fantasy and they just sticked on some really horrible 3D rendered models, and then just put in Jesus Christ as a playable character.
You can play it for free. This needs to be a stream, Alistar.
Oh, this does have to be a stream. You're right.
This has to be a stream.
I hope the baby Jesus is a summoning spell. It has to be.
Apparently, he's a character.
No, but Jesus is a character. I don't know if the baby Jesus.
Oh, baby Jesus might not be. Might be, yeah.
I summon myself from ancient times. I don't know. This is amazing.
Apparently, Judas carries a noose.
I saw that too. Yikes. Big yikes.
And apparently it's been reviewed as very positive. 83% of the people reviewed it as...
Oh, we're definitely playing this. Judas is always on the lookout for a money-making scheme. Starting a cult may be the way to go. ... Yeah, this is getting installed. It's getting installed. That's for sure. Oh yeah, to come back to what we talked about a pretty long time ago about Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest is getting a animated movie, and it actually looks really good. The graphics, at least.
I've been waiting. I've been waiting for this year.
Have you now?
Yeah, I've seen this coming. I knew it from the beginning.
Awesome.
the newest game on Dragon Quest on PS4
Yeah.
made an Easter egg on that there will be a movie that will coming out pretty soon.
Okay.
So seeing this coming was a big surprise, and I'm actually very excited.
Cool.
Literally.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I'd like to be excited, I really would, but I've seen so many bad video game
Yeah.
movies that
Yeah.
I can't get myself excited for a video game movie anymore.
No, I feel you.
I seriously hope I'm proven wrong because I want it to be a good movie.
Like graphically, it looks amazing. But if the content is good, I don't know. But it looks really good at least.
And back to the wonderful Jesus Christ role-playing game.
Yeah.
Did you happen to look at the tags that are listed as popular? on that game?
No, I did not. Okay. Do you want me to read them out, or do you want to?
Oh, feel free.
Okay. Mine are in Swedish because fuck you, Google Chrome. But the most popular tags for the Jesus Christ RPG is Illuminati, memes, psychological horror, and nudity.
Wait, what does the nudity have to be in this game?
I don't know.
I mean, I can understand the memes, but nudity?
I don't know. We're definitely playing this. We're definitely playing this.
Let's see if we get banned.
Probably.
Yeah, is this banned on Twitch?
Oh god.
Now I have to know.
Yeah, please check that. That is wow. Yeah, Judas. What's it called? Judas' class is the traitor. That is his class. Oh fuck. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. Oh yeah, another game they have based it on, a TV show that's coming out. Okay, I have a few ones. One is a rumored, one is guaranteed. And that is, the guaranteed one is Dragon's Dogma is getting a Netflix TV show. Have any one of you played Dragon's Dogma?
No, but I have heard good things about it.
It's a really
I never
amazing
heard
game.
of the game. Or
Really, it's
no.
imagine Skyrim, but you can, when you see one of those like hill trolls, you can climb on it and go up and like stab his eyes, and you can actually like physically destroy his vision so he can't see anymore. So he just does a whirlwind and spins and get tired. Like it's a fantasy action game where it matters where you hit. If you hit his legs, he will fall down on a knee. If you hit his arms, he will drop his weapon. It's a really, really cool action game. It is definitely my favorite action game. It's not a great game to stream because it takes 15 minutes to walk from one point to another. But
Okay, that sounds pretty a hassle.
it's a really big hassle. The thing is, all the fights are boss fights. Everything you fight is a boss.
So it's like Shadows of the Colossus.
Yeah, basically. But instead of you can fight them over and over again, and you can gain abilities. Like you can become a wizard that can summon actually the apocalypse. And the way they balance things is, if you use the most powerful spell, or at least the game think is the most powerful spell, you have to enchant it for like 5 seconds straight, and just stand still, and and then you do the spell, and actually the world ends, and you win the fight.
That's kind of cool.
It's really cool. They also have like I really like the combat. What they also have is something called the pawn system, which is basically you have a party with you, but you only have direct control over your own like character. You have your own personally made pawn, but you can also bring in 2 pawns from the ether. And if you have friends that play the game, you can bring in their pawns. So you can straight up have your friends come and join you with their allies, and you can give them their own equipment, skills, stats, jobs. So you can be like a level 5, but your friend has beaten the game like 3 times, and their pawn is level 200. Usually it costs a lot of money to get them in, but they're your friends, so they'll come for free. And like whenever you bring someone into your world, when they go back home again, they get a ton of resources, money. Like it's just they get experience they can bring to their master. Yeah, it's a nice system.
Yeah.
I never had any
That sounds
friends.
like a nice system.
It is a cool system, but I never had any friends to play it with. So yes, I had to find random dudes to pay money for it, but that's fine. It's not that expensive.
The Jesus RPG is not banned on Twitch, as long as it
Oh.
doesn't have an adults-only rating, which it doesn't.
It does not. Cool.
But if you ever get a chance to read the list of Twitch banned games, it's an interesting list.
Oh, do you want to read up a few of them?
Well, there's one of my favorite games, Genital Jousting.
That is a cool game.
That is a hilariously stupid game.
We're not going to show any pictures of it because that's a
No.
bad idea.
Yeah, that's a ban. Hoonie Pop is banned, which most people know.
Oh, but that was that actually sexual? Except for it being like
It's not overtly like
no.
sexual, but it's close enough that Twitch is just like, no, you cannot play Hoonie Pop.
Because you did like a match 3 game and they took their clothes off sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So,
Right.
Sounds interesting.
amazingly,
It's not that
Rape
sexy.
Lay is on that list.
Yeah, that's not. It has rape in the name. You can guess what's happened.
You want to talk about games like that? We have the Maiden Rape Assault Violent Semen Inferno.
That was a fucking long name.
That was
That
a
was a long name for
Roller
that
coaster.
kind of a game.
Yes.
What the heck?
The best game name on this list. Suck my dick or die.
We didn't give her much choice, did we?
They're not even trying. With
No,
that
they're
name.
not. That's Duke Nukem levels of stupidity.
Yep. What's under your blanket? I think we can guess. I think we can guess what's under that
A
blanket.
happy surprise.
Exactly.
Is
That
the
was a mistake.
Oh,
Yes, that's me. I'm beneath it.
that did not sound good, Alistar. Perhaps you may want to rephrase that next
No.
time.
Continue.
Let's see. Oh my god. I completely forgot this game existed.
What is
Ethnic Cleansing.
it? Okay. I've
Yeah.
never heard of it, and I think I'm okay with not doing that.
Yeah, I was okay with forgetting that game too.
Good.
It's no.
No, let's not. Let's not.
Let's not even
Let's
go
not.
there.
That's yikes.
Porno Studio Tycoon.
It has less porn than you think.
It does. It does, but it's still, of all the Tycoon games, that's probably one that I really don't want to play anyway.
I'm good.
I have Game Dev Tycoon, and that's a lot of fun.
It's like that is a cool ass game. I've never played it, but it is a very cool game.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a very funny game to play. If
Yeah.
you don't take it seriously, you won't get far, but it's still
No.
funny.
It's not a great game, but it's a very funniest experience I've heard. Also,
Yeah.
okay, we did talk about anti-cheat things. Do you guys remember what they did with because they released it on Pirate Bay?
Oh, Game Dev Tycoon's
Yes.
piracy thing?
Yes.
Oh my god, I loved it.
Okay, Luke, you can tell us about it.
Okay, so when Game Dev Tycoon came out, it was still made by a very small developer.
Yep.
And rather than just, putting in DRM that, it's a pirated game so you can't play it, they made a version for Pirate Bay
Yep.
and for other torrent sites and released it alongside their actual game.
Yep.
And this was officially released by the company who made Game Dev Studio.
Yep.
Or Game Dev Tycoon.
Yeah.
And in the pirated version, once you started advancing, you'd start getting more and more people pirating your game, and you'd get this message that said, we have so many people pirating our games, we don't know what to do, we're going to go out of business.
Yep.
And people were asking, on their forum.
Yeah, on the official forums.
On the official forum.
How can we get past this? I get to this point every time, and I can't proceed. I just can't. This game is shit. It's bugged. And they
Just a minute, I'll be right back.
yeah, don't worry about it. And they straight up fucking the devs and stuff like, yeah, that means you are illegally using a pirated copy. It sucks, right? When you can't eat because someone steals your game.
Yep. Yeah, that's how you get. And that's literally the thing is their devs were just like, well, then don't download our game off Pirate Bay,
Yeah.
and that won't happen.
How about
Try
you
buying it?
buy it legally? That might be a good idea.
Yep. That was a fun one. Oh, what was some of the other ones? There've been some really good ones for people who pirate games.
Oh wait. Was it Red Dead Redemption? That was, and where's the GTA? It was one of the games where you just
Red Dead
randomly...
Redemption.
Was
Red
it?
Dead.
Did you just get someone came up and shot you or something?
Well,
don't
Red Dead
remember.
Redemption, your horse and cart went crazy. Like it would just start bouncing out of control.
Oh.
What else?
It's a really stupid one.
Mirror's Edge had a really fun one.
Oh, what was it?
The game slowed down to a crawl, so you couldn't make jumps.
Oh, yes, you couldn't sprint! You couldn't sprint! Oh, right. So you could only play the, like, first 2 sections? And then
Something
there was
like
a
that,
really far jump, and then you just killed yourself.
Yep, and then you just walked off a cliff. Serious Sam 3 had a fun one.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one.
As you play it, you know, things are fine for a while, and then this giant red death scorpion shows up that's completely immortal and kills you.
Oh, that is okay. Yeah, that's a good way of doing it. According to chat, Settlers 3 had one that when you smelt iron, you got pigs instead of iron bars.
That is awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Of course, they had the Sims 4's anti-piracy thing. That was kind of hilarious.
What was that?
Okay, in Sims 4, whenever you would make love, your characters are pixelated.
Yep.
In the pirated version, this would spread. Instead of stopping at the end of them making love, the game would just become more... The whole game would become more and more pixelated.
Okay, that's pretty good. That is pretty good.
Wow, actually.
That's pretty fucking amazing.
Yep. Trying to think what if there were any. If you played Earthbound,
Oh, yeah.
oh god, the anti-piracy in that was such a dick. You could play the whole game up to the final boss.
Oh!
Yep, and when you get to the final boss, the game crashes. And when you reload it, it deletes all your saves.
Holy
And you have to
shit.
start all over.
Holy shit. I'm actually reading up about it right now, and it's the game had several layers of anti-piracy. That was like the end thing. That was if you somehow managed to get past all the other garbage and nonsense they've added, then yeah, the game locks up and you instantly lose everything.
Oh yeah, because it also just made the game harder in general. Like the monsters were harder and more, and they spawned more often, and
Wow.
yeah.
That's really funny. There's some really stupid ones.
Mm-hmm.
There's one for Alan Wake. This is just you can still play the game. It's just any time you looked at your character in a cutscene or anything. Alan Wake is just wearing a pirate eye patch.
Nice.
It's cheeky.
There was the Batman Arkham Asylum one, I want to say.
Oh, what happened to
Yeah,
that
Arkham
one?
Asylum. there's a point in the game where you get the glider that lets Batman glide
Yes.
through the air. The DRM made it so the glider didn't work.
Okay.
So people are going on the forums, again, the official forums, saying, I can't get the glider to work. I've tried the commands it tells you and it doesn't work. How do I fix this? And the actual response is buy the game and it would work.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm reading about. I haven't seen this one personally, but in The Witcher 2, the games are DRM free, but you could get some illegal copies for it. And there seems to be like several layers again of anti-cheat and just anti-piracy. Some of them just your character dies randomly cutscenes for no reason. Another one is you get a romance option with your grandmother.
What?
I didn't even know you could find your grandmother in Witcher 2.
That would be pretty.
That's-
That would be pretty fun to actually do.
Right? I just kind of want to see them now. Oh, that's really stupid. That is really stupid. We can mention one last one, which is the old NES game Michael Jackson: The Experience.
That's not old.
Is it
Michael
not?
Jackson: The Experience? No, that's
it
rather
not?
recent.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought it was the old one they meant. Oh, you're right. Shit, this is the Wii Connect one.
Yep.
Oh shit. Yeah, if you got the pirated version, it would not play the Michael Jackson tracks. It instead, all the songs were made by Vuvuzelas. Like the giant fucking like air horn things they have at football stadiums.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. I kind of want to hear it now. Well, no, I've heard it so many times because you keep suggesting it to the stream. Or maybe it's just refined. Yeah, that's horrible.
That's probably refined, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a few more. We have the
Oh,
Crisis
God.
Chicken Guns. Crisis
Oh.
Warhead Chicken Guns.
What?
In Crisis Warhead, if you have a pirated copy of the game, your guns don't shoot bullets. They shoot chickens. The chickens do no damage.
Good.
Well,
Good.
sounds fair. Sounds fair.
Yep, sounds totally fair. And then there was the Dark Souls issue. When Dark Souls first released, in Japan, you could get some people got copies of the game before release date
Oh.
and were playing it. So the developers decided they would solve this problem by invading those players' games with Black Phantoms
That's pretty good.
that were completely maxed out. 1900 hit points, all abilities at level 99,
Damn.
and just would walk in and just murder you repeatedly.
Perfect.
So that was a fun one.
Elder Scroll will be doing something called Elder Scroll Legends Alliance
Yeah.
for exclusive card reveals.
Card
So
reveals.
they're just adding like 100 more cards inspired by the world. Never. So this is like a game based just as like Hearthstone,
Okay.
but a Skyrim version. I mean,
Cool.
exclusive from Skyrim.
Yeah, why not?
Let's see.
Striking while
Elder-
the iron is ice cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Elder Scroll Online MMO will play fight alongside for 5 factions. The Ibon Heart Pact, Daggerfall Convention from the TSO, plus the new Guild Warden, and Empire of Syndulla. So each of these 3 color attitude up combines a new mechanic. One of them, Guild Warden Expertise, a potential game changer. Get exclusive reveal of these cards and take advantage of the powerful new abilities. So this is basically just a card set made of a software. I don't know.
I guess so. Yeah, like card games make a lot of money. I don't know if it's a good idea to try and get in on that market though, but
Yeah, I have
guess
no
they wanna
idea how.
try.
Because this is Bechira that made this. the company that made
Bethesda?
Skyrim. Bethesda? Okay. I have no idea how to pronounce, but
Yep.
thank you.
You're welcome.
So they're just making a cards game of Skyrim with the 3 or 5 aliens.
There's been a lot of games in the Elder Scrolls series. Cool.
Yeah.
Like we saw Dota try to do their own card game, and that did
Didn't go
so
well.
horribly. It's insane.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. The fan community weren't big of a card people, I guess.
It was a very it was a card game with 3 different boards that you had to manage separately.
Yeah.
It looked interesting, but it has a in most card games you have the randomness is basically what cards you get and how useful are they and what does the enemy get, and like that's the randomness. You never know if you get the cards you need at the perfect time, but in the Steam's or Valve's card game, when you put down an enemy and it had if it was if you had one guy and the other side had 2 guys, you couldn't decide who it was gonna attack. Like in every other fucking card game, it was 50-50. And it randomly also had sometimes preferences. Sometimes it liked to attack to the right, sometimes it liked to attack in the front, and you never knew. It was always random. Yeah. And that is what people like, this is trash. And Valve is defending, but no, it's a really good system, it's good, it's perfect, it's flawless, play it! Also, the cards cost $100, don't worry about it! Same.
Actually.
Yeah, I got my fill of games like that playing Hearthstone. I was like, I played Magic when I was younger, and I can't do the chase anymore. I really can't.
Because it is a fucking grind keeping up to expansions.
Oh god, yeah.
It's so much work. It's actually, or you pay a lot of money.
Exactly. And all the people I know that play it are like, well, you don't have to pay a dime. I'm like, if I want to win, I do.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be fucking fodder for you guys. Because the new cards are better than the base cards. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. And you see the pros like, I've hit legend with the basic cards. No, you fucking didn't. You played the game for 300 fucking years and you know all the cards that the enemies are using. You're not just using the cards. You're using your skills and your knowledge. Like, I can't do that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I'm not going to invest 3,000 hours before I can start winning.
No, fuck that. Fuck that. Or I have to pay everything in the known universe and then meta deck and just Google. And that's really not funny.
Yeah. I played... Back when I played Hearthstone... Actually, a lot. I ran, what the hell was it?
Yeah?
A hunter deck. I'm trying to think of the main hunter card deck.
Face hunter, probably?
Yeah, basically a face hunter deck. Or it was a mid-range hunter deck. Maybe. Okay. It basically ran on the idea that I could spawn a bunch of hunting hounds. And
yeah?
Yeah, and they could all attack on the turn they were summoned.
Hit charge.
And then... Yep, they all had charge, and then I could buff them all to ridiculous levels immediately and just swarm, and all of a sudden I just win.
Yep.
And it was a very meta deck, and I'm like, this is actually not fun. I'm like, yeah, I'm winning, and it's great, but then this deck is going to go out of the meta, and I'm going to have to start all over anyway.
Yeah. That is what made me like starting to not like the games yet. Oh wow, the cards I've built up over like a year. Oh, they're not used next year? They're actually worthless? Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, unless you play in, what do they call it, Wild, and then if you play in Wild, you have to have the new cards anyway because they're more powerful and they have better effects and
they have not more combos. You're like, oh.
Mm-hmm. Although I do have to admit, was it Cthulhu? the Cthulhu deck that
Yeah.
came out for that. That was hilarious.
It was really fun, and they just gave you Cthulhu for free,
Yep.
which was the best part.
At least I think it was Cthulhu. Was he the one that copied like all your spells?
No. You're talking about Yogg-Saron, I think. Every
That's
time
it.
you cast a spell, he saved it up, and you
Yep,
got
yep.
another spell randomly he would use as his battle cry.
Yep. And so you drop him and like 20 spells would go off and it's completely random and just like the game is gonna end when somebody drops it. You don't know who's gonna win,
Nope.
but the game is gonna end.
Suddenly, the enemy has 5 more units because what the fuck is happening?
Yep. And you've just done 18 damage to yourself.
Yep.
Yep. Thanks, Yogg. Thanks.
You're doing God's work. Yogg-Saron. They did recently kind of balance him, so he's not
Aw.
as crazy anymore. They did it so Yogg-Saron, because I'm still keeping up to the game, I just don't play it. They changed it so now, as long as he is alive, he casts a spell. So if he dies from one of his random effects, it stops. So it's actually usable now as a real card.
Oh, that's right. They nerfed him because there was some combo effect with him that made it literally go on forever or something.
Yeah. I think it's so you copied him or something, so you got a second one, and then he also, and it's just
Yeah, you copied him, which spawned a second one, which started the whole sequence over again, which would again copy the copy, and until you had 7 of them, and when you had 7 of them, by that point, the game was just done. The game would just nope.
Some very stupid interactions, but it's a really cool game.
Yeah, I really liked those interactions just because it was so hilarious. Even if it was never competitive, it was just awesome. I love games like that where it's like, yeah, this is never going to be competitive, but here, have fun.
Go!
Yep.
Do you have any more news, Mr. Sleepy-san?
There is one game, a new game that will be coming out called Splitgate, a game that will be mixed both with Halo, Portal, and Rocket League at the same time.
How do you spell that?
Splitgate. When you split something and gate, like an open gate.
Oh, yeah, that's a fucking portal. If I've ever seen one.
Yeah, so this is a
2017
Halo,
Splitgate Arena Warfare.
Halo, Portal, and a Rocket game similarity. Well, they're trying to make it.
Like Unreal Tournament-ish.
Yeah.
Very okay. Interesting. It looks beautiful.
It is nice. I'm a huge fan of Portals. I love this kind of games, like trick mining games. So making a Halo version of it as well would bring actually kind of a huge love to the community, perhaps.
That might be cool. Yeah, we should check it out. Definitely.
Yeah, it actually looks like a really cool game. The rendering of the plasma rifle looks really good.
Yeah, some beautiful, beautiful ass models. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Yeah, that's. I think that's everything I have to say. I have nothing more.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got.
Yeah, same as well. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's any more news I can think of. Like there was a what is it? The 1st of April did happen this week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Timestamp this. There were some pretty silly April Fool thingies. The one I can remember right now is the Rainbow Six Siege one, where they put them all in a unicorn and pink fluffy outfits. For I think it was for a week. It's still going on. It's gonna stop tomorrow, the 8th of April. So if you still wanna have some silly ass cuteness in your Rainbow Six game, dude, just You have one more day to enjoy that.
In League, you got a kind of a similar way of like chat requested. You instead of able to read a regular comment to the enemy team, you just get a meow or a woof sound.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Dogs versus cats.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
so I have to be very, very honest. I am a toxic person. When I get mad in general,
Oh, really?
I don't get mad. I don't get mad that often. I don't really get mad when I'm playing the game, but there is times when I wreck a nerve, and someone I wrecked a nerve. It's been 2 years since I did that. On the 1st of April, so I couldn't read anything to the enemy team, so I got bamboozled by the Legends company. So yeah,
Damn.
that's
Also, if you get on the League of Legends April Fool's topic,
Yeah.
if you get a chance to look at their patch notes from April Fool's Day, there's some really good patch notes.
Really? Like what?
Like Heimerdinger, he got plus 3.14159265358979932384.6% damage done.
He got pie.
Yeah, he got bonus pie damage done.
He got bonus pie.
Jax has minus 100% damage done while being played by an active streamer.
Awesome. Awesome.
Sorry to like this one. Kaisa got plus 333% range to her Void Seeker.
Oh.
Remember the Earth game where he was Wing people
Ah.
insta-gib? Yeah, well that's more than tripled the range. So that's a good buff.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, do you remember the April Fools? I think it was 2 or 3 years ago when Yasuo should have got a rework.
Yes.
That's actually I could send this to All-Star. This was one of the most broken thoughts that League of Legends could ever think of.
Oh, I think I understand what this is.
Yes, the 2017 Yasuo rework.
Oh, so if I understand this correctly, it's at least one of them. Oh wow, okay, Jesus Christ. Okay, so Yasuo is a old-timey samurai. It's a very cool looking character, and his most iconic ability, at least from my perspective, is he just puts up a little wind wall, which stops all projectiles. And in a game like League of Legends, there's a lot of projectiles. So you're basically immune from that specific point or from that angle. And what they did is they made all his abilities super powerful, but the coolest one is whenever he uses his wall ability, it's just a circle now. He's just immortal in the middle, and there's nothing that can hurt him.
So this is the most troll thing that we ever could wish for.
Yeah, it's
if Riot Games were able to put this in the game, in the first April Fools,
Yep.
I would be shitting myself.
That's so funny.
Yep.
That's so good.
Two other important patch notes from April Fool's League of Legends. Rise gets a plus 5% chance to be reworked each time Rise is played in competitive.
I hate that. I hate it so much.
So good.
How many reworks? 5? 4? 6?
Really?
3. I think he's had 3 reworks.
They never stop, dude.
No.
No, never. I played the first one, literally first one, and I enjoyed the second one, and they reworked him again and again.
And then they unreworked him at one point, I think.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
But that was another rework.
Yeah, I guess technically that's another rework because what the fuck?
Wow.
And then here's another good one. Shaco, plus 85% chance to die 8 times while on your team.
Yep, that's about right. I can buy that.
Okay, there was Ask Riot 100 edition, their channel.
Yeah.
It's a 4-minute long video, and they mentioned that one of the fan base asked if Rise is going to get a new work, and one of the designers said maybe.
Maybe.
Let's see. I can send you the video. It is pretty hilarious the way they answered the questions. the cat is a bit inspiring as well.
That's pretty funny.
Yep.
That's pretty funny.
Let's see. The
Yeah.
World of Warcraft April Fool's patch notes are always hilarious for anyone who plays World of Warcraft.
Oh.
They do some really, really stupid shit. World of Warcraft, April Fool's 2019. Let's see if I can find the patch notes. I think it's this one. Here it is. Yep. There's a few really dumb ones.
Oh. I've also found a lot of game news now. Suddenly.
Here's a good one.
Yeah.
Groups of 5 feral druids can come together to form one superbot.
Oh, what was that? What was that show called?
Voltron.
No.
Power Rangers.
There was one for animals, metallic animals. I don't remember. It's a weird one.
Thundercats.
Thundercats is one of them.
Yeah, and feral druids are cat druids. So that's
Cool.
based on
Cool.
Thundercats. Yep. Due to global warming, glacial spike is now 20% smaller every year.
Good. Beast Wars, maybe. Yeah, that was another thought.
Tiger Lust is now rated T for teen.
Tiger Lost?
Tiger Lust. It's an ability that monks have. It's now rated T for teen. Paladin's Light of Dawn is now more energy efficient and automatically turns off if you leave the room.
Gotta think of the environment, kids.
Inquisition is now baseline and activates randomly without warning. No one expects Inquisition.
I keep bringing this up because that's the fucking joke from Monty Python. You never expect the Inquisition.
Yep.
Fun fact: the Inquisition had to give you 3 months in advance before they could summon you.
Yes.
They had to actually warn you that they were coming and checking out your stuff before they came and actually set you on fire. Which was nice of them.
Because you can't stop being children with abbreviations, assassination for rogues has now been renamed. It's now known as Sneaky Stab Guy.
Assassination!
Oh god. Oh god.
What's up?
In an effort to make the rogue class appeal to a younger audience, Shadow Dance has been given some more modern styles. Shadow Yeet, Shadow Floss, and Shadow Dab.
Wait, how do you dab again? I've never done it. Is this how you dab?
Something like that. I don't know.
Oh shit! Almost. I don't know.
Yeah, the other way.
I don't know, dude. Well, it's the camera is mirrored, so I maybe did it correctly, but it's I don't know, dude. I give up.
Yep.
The Swedish
Frothing
dab.
Berserker.
Exactly.
Frothing Berserker is now 67% frothier.
Oh, more value.
Heavy Repercussions wishes you would just call it Repercussions and stop making references to its weight all the time.
God fucking damn it. Fuck. Okay. We gotta start rounding it out. I have a few news that we can go through pretty fast, and then we can do some shilling. There was actually an Apex Legends update this week that not everyone caught, but I think it was last Friday. If you try to play Apex Legends, then your account got deleted.
What?
All your progress was gone after an update. Yep.
That sounds like a great update.
They have since then relogged everything and given it back to you. But yeah, there was just a day where everyone lost all their shit and people screamed. I'm not sure how they managed to do that.
Sounds like an April Fool's. Says Pi.
Yeah, exactly. But it wasn't. It wasn't an It wasn't April Fool's. It is fucked up. Oh yeah, another thing about we talked a bit about your boy Epic and the Epic Store. And yeah, there's been some facts about that. They are gathering information that most people are comfortable with, probably in the pursuit about making the hack bot to stop hackers to find them. So they're gathering your computer part information stuff. They also don't have a what's it called? What is it called again? Oh yeah, if you want to change password on your Epic account, like the one that has the games connected to it, there is no email identification service.
So you can just go in and change your password.
You can just go in and change the password without any email to stop you. There's no like
There's
authentication.
Like, hey, did you request this password change
Nope.
or anything?
Nope,
Lovely,
that doesn't exist.
lovely.
It doesn't exist. It also doesn't have what's it called? Like when you go to a store, there's no a checkout. There's not a I want to say bin, but that's not it. Like there's no
Like a shopping cart?
there's no shopping cart. You buy it immediately and you pay for it immediately. It's not a big deal, but yeah, the Epic Store doesn't really have anything for reasons, because they just kind of rushed it because they want to make a lot of money. And yeah, the last thing, the Epic Store will have Borderlands 3 as a 6-month exclusive on PC.
Yep.
Cool.
With all
I
these
can
problems.
guarantee you I'm not... Well, even if I get Borderlands 3, I won't be getting it on launch day because I'm not getting the Epic Store.
No. The Epic Store might be like in the future. Like it's good to have a alternative to Steam because competition is healthy.
This isn't competition, though. This is Epic, 1, being whiny,
Yep.
and 2, doing it badly.
Like
Well-
we need Then you go Zen.
I have Epic Store, and the only reason why I do have Epic Store
Yeah.
is because of that I do work with Unity as
Oh.
game programming.
Yeah.
So using Epic Games is like the only reason why I'm using it is just for the game programming, like in general.
Sure.
But I don't see a reason otherwise.
That's fair. Like, to be fair, like all the complaints you're saying, guys, are 100% legit. We just need to remember that when Steam came out, it was also pretty fucking shit. It took them a few years to get it
Yeah.
working.
It's still shit.
That, yeah, that's very true.
But
And
yeah,
and you're right, Zen. It's still kind of shit, but
yeah,
Sadly. We have to be truthful.
yeah. It's
yeah, they
important.
definitely could stand to improve it a lot. But
A billion,
A billion
Can't-
times. Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
can't afford to make the client. Or
It's a small indie company, dude.
Yeah.
Valve is such a small indie company. How can you talk shit about them?
Just as right games. Just as right games.
That's
Fucking
right,
indie
exactly, just as
company.
right games. It's a small indie company.
I can make skins, but I can't balance the game.
No, or
Thank
make
you,
a
Red Games.
client that works. That's too much
Yeah.
effort.
Yeah, or make a client that lets me play with people in other regions.
That'd be cool.
That would be actually nice.
You know, so I don't have to go and make 6 accounts so I can play with
Nope.
6 different regions and have to get all my unlocks in every different region.
Yeah, that's fucking cool. The only game that does it right is fucking Dota, and we don't really want to play Dota.
No, actually, no. Dota was fun. At least Dota 1. But
Dota 2 is
I
not a
don't
bad
enjoy
game. I played it for too much. I played it for infinity thousand hours, and I'm okay. I want to do something else.
Yeah. That's kind of why I've been sliding off of League more too, is I played a lot of League of Legends. I like League of Legends. It's fun when I play with my friends,
Yeah.
but when I'm not playing with my friends, I just get either frustrated or bored almost immediately.
Yeah, I can see that.
So
I can
So that's
see
why
that.
I'd rather just play, Space Engineers or XCOM or Warframe or
Yeah.
who knows, maybe I'll try and pick up Apex Legends.
Oh,
no.
I will teach you, senpai.
Is it free?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 100% free.
I'm not
And it's
touching
on
that
Steam?
No, you
It's
have to
on
use
Steam?
Epic Store.
Oh, never mind. I ain't picking up Apex Legends.
No, it's not Epic Store. It's the Origin Store.
Origin. Yeah.
Oh,
Ah.
okay. I can use Origin Store.
It
Yeah,
also
I'm-
used to be
I'm
shit.
not touching that game. It's fuck colorblindness.
Oh yes! Oh, we
It's-
discovered this.
Oh my god.
We discovered this. Was it 2 days ago? Holy fuck, that was funny. So most games are trying to become more approachable. I think Overwatch has made a colorblind mode now. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, most games are trying to make them enjoyable for a lot of people with all kinds of different disabilities or things that makes it harder to play certain types of games. So Apex has a colorblind mode in it for the 3 different like major types. I only remember the Trilitopia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's 2 other ones. I don't remember. It's like Dualtopia and Doubletopia or whatever. But the only thing that actually changes color are the name icons to show where they are, what kinds of weapons are on the ground, and the enemies like highlights. So 99% of the game is the same color, but the tiny little icons, the tiniest little icons, have a slightly like brownish color to help with color issues.
And I'm kind of disappointed because we see as the CS:GO, League of Legends, Dota, one of the biggest games that actually don't have a color option, like a colorblind option.
Nope.
When we have like what's like on the side there, like has an option you to choose between color blindness.
Yep.
I gave you you can download the app and give you the ability to experience color blindness.
And which kind do you have, Zen?
I have Trinitopia. It's blue and yellow.
Okay.
Black and
So
yellow,
you just right click on the like the website or whatever the thing you
Yep.
want to press.
Wow, that's interesting.
Wait, how do you use this? Maybe I have to restart Chrome.
No.
Nope, nope.
You go.
Once you install it, go up to the top, and you should have an icon for the I want to see, like the colorblind, and then click Experience Colorblindness. And it brings up a list of all the different kinds of colorblindness.
Underneath it.
Yeah, but nothing. Oh, there it came up. Okay. So this
Wow,
is the one.
that is so weird.
It is.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And the Jesus game didn't change. It's already colorblind.
That's because Jesus cures blindness and colorblindness apparently too now.
I like it. I like it. Jesus Christ. Yeah,
This
there's
is like
a lot of
only way
interesting
for
ones.
me to actually show people how it looks to be colorblind when I'm watching streams and that kind of stuff. Because watching streams and using this is like the only filter and option I'm able to use. Because I can't use it
Really?
on OBS.
No.
Because I have a shitty program that doesn't even work, probably. So I'm trying to find a solution to improve a way to show you guys how it looks when I'm playing the
Very interesting. Very, very
That
interesting.
is very interesting.
But sadly, I can't succeed because I haven't had that. I wish I were.
Yep, I might run with this for a little while just to kind of experience it. It's one of those things that's like, I never know how people live with different disabilities. And living with a disability myself, I mean, it interests me to see, how other people have to deal with their struggles.
Yeah.
So,
This is a good way to actually try to understand a colorblind person, even to being aware yourself of not saying something appropriate, like not to make them upset or anything. Because I have people that ask me to actually give this link to them because they want to make sure to not say anything bad or anything that makes them upset. So this is a very nice. At least Chrome has this, and this is pretty useful. Somewhat.
Yeah, that's a super cool feature.
But I'm still mad I can't find I'll not beef it to my stream.
Yeah, I feel you, dude.
Take
Yeah,
time.
it seems like Overwatch has done the same thing, by the way. It just changes like coloring of the characters. That's pretty fucking funny. I don't know how much work it is. I can't say anything good or bad. I actually don't know. But it would be fucking nice if they could do the extra mile for it. There has to be like a subreddit for that, right? Of games that are good for people that have a problem with color. It should be just a fucking subreddit for it.
I mean, there is NVIDIA, the graphics card controller has
Oh.
a support that you could use
Oh.
in case you're colorblind.
Cool.
But it doesn't specifically give you the
Your
right configs of your colorblindness.
Okay.
It only gives you ability to, make things more clearly. That's all.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's okay, I guess.
Better than nothing, I guess, yeah.
I guess.
That sucks. But yeah, it is a free game, Kais. And if you ever want to play it in the future, I will be totally down. Even if we somehow get on an American server, there's a lot of bad servers. Not a lot, but like it happens that you have so high lag that the game just grinds to a crawl and you're playing in slow motion. So that would just be a thing anyway. So I don't think it's gonna be that much of a problem. But yeah, that might be
Okay.
fun. That might be fun.
Well, I'm installing it right now, so
We are playing it tonight. You are welcome to join us.
I might do that. Me and my wife might be playing Warframe tonight. I don't
Yeah.
know,
Dude, yeah.
but Apex Legends.
Oh, yeah. I might join a bit later as
Yeah,
well,
do it.
perhaps.
We can scream about the colorblindness thing.
Yeah. How shitty indie company this is.
Oh, that's why I got the Origin launcher, because at the time I got a free copy of Star Wars: The Old Republic, the original.
Oh,
But
right.
then I got the Humble Bundle like a week later that had like every Star Wars game.
Perfect.
So
I actually have one last piece of news. I don't know what it is, but the Elder Scrolls are releasing something, or the creators of Elder Scrolls, Bethesda, are releasing something called The Elder Scrolls Blades. I don't know what it is. It's just a teaser. It's a hint. I don't know. It's probably something to do with the online RPG MMO thing, but you don't know.
Yes.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
According to Chad, it's a handheld port. What? That can't be real. Oh fuck!
Hey,
you're
why
right.
is this
You're
not actually downloading?
You're actually right. It's a handheld mobile game. Are you kidding me? Are everyone releasing a handheld mobile game now?
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that... No one has asked for this.
No. And the funny thing is, when we're talking about mobile games, Japan is known for only playing mobile games.
You're so right. You're so right. Japan and China. It's a
So,
huge market. You're
This
right.
can be a good thing for them, but a very downgrade for people that plays with the PCs and that kind of things.
Yeah. Like that's the only reason why like the PSP was even successful was Japan. But then they released so strong mobile phones that no one wanted to get the PS Vita. And they made a horrible fucking arbitrary memory cards and shit, but that's another problem.
Well, yeah, there's that. There was just the whole PS Vita was terrible.
So, I love it. It's so fun to use, but holy shit, it's garbage. You can understand. Like it was so expensive when it was released as well. It cost like more or the same as a PS4.
Yeah, something like that.
Was it PS3 it released? I don't remember. No, it was a PS3. Yeah, it was really expensive. No games was ever released. And it's just fucking hell.
Yeah, but Japan also like moves of 10 years old getting molested by tentacles. Well, that's
Japan has some interesting idea.
Oh, that's very nice.
Dude, let's talk about. Okay, we need to fucking can't end it now. We could probably go for 3 hours. Maybe we will do that in the future, but let's keep it kind of short. But yes, there's something very interesting about Japan because you did mention the fucking tentacle shit and the underage thing because that is almost it's. They're not proud of it, but it is a part of their culture to sexualize younger kids. And I heard a argument about that it comes from like it's been in their culture for so long, from it was accepted in the early days that monks just had kids to please them
Yeah.
from like the olden times. Like it's just been a part and ingrained in their culture that is just okay. That it's just continued. So something Western like drugs is so taboo that they will throw you out of the country if you take drugs.
Well, I mean, did you know that in the age of consent in Korea and Japan is so huge?
Wait,
Difference?
what is it?
The age of consent in Korea is 20, and the age of consent in Japan is 13.
I thought we in Sweden were a bit freaky when we had 16 as age of consent.
And that's 15, actually.
Is it 15? I thought it was 16.
It's 15. It'll be 15 for quite a while.
Oh Christ, 13.
You can be 14 doing it as well, but both of them have to agree on that as well.
And they have to be the same age.
No,
something.
if you're 15 and the other one is 14.
But they have to be close. Like, yeah, it can't be a 30-year-old.
No.
So fucking stupid. We have a saying. It's called byxmyndig. It is basically when you're old enough to wear pants.
Well, that's what it means.
So you're kinda
back,
young adultish.
pants snowing.
Yeah.
Myndig, back
Old enough
pants
to
snow-
wear pants. Yeah.
enough to pull your pants.
It's a really bad. It's a very weird word, but yeah, it's basically the age when you are like you can't do shit. Like I wouldn't trust a fucking 13-year-old with anything.
No shit.
You're gonna trust them to have sex.
Here's a good one.
Yeah.
In places like Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates,
Yep.
there is no legal age of consent.
No, don't
That's
worry
true.
about it. Don't worry about it.
That's true.
But
Yep, but they do ban all sexual relations outside of marriage. This is
right.
because some countries girls are married off as young as 9 or 10 years old.
Yep. Oh, well, usually they do become like fiancés.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still fucking that's crazy.
I know my shit.
Yep, the lowest age
You
of
have
consent in the
experience.
world is Nigeria at 11.
Good.
Wonderful. I'm staying out of Nigeria.
Yeah. Luckily, you're not a young girl, so I think you're fine anyway.
How do you know I'm not a young girl?
Like you are wearing a pajamas. It has been questioned.
See?
Your evidence is building up. That's
Well, hey, in my
incredible.
state, the legal age of consent is only 16. I thought it was 18 here.
Oh, good. I guess
Good,
we know what
'cause,
you're
you know-
doing tonight. Sleeping with your
playing
wife.
Video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, playing video games and sleeping next to my wife, who is not 16.
Allegedly. Yeah.
Rephrase. Okay, she's older than 16.
16 in one day.
I hope
Technically
she
not
didn't
wrong.
hear that.
Someone's gonna clip that my wife
Wife?
isn't 16.
What? Paul, clip that! Paul, clip that! Okay. Moving on.
Guys, this is not a good sign. See you down, world.
Oh, you don't
You
know
know-
how? I think it's just clip at the bottom right of this.
Yeah, you just hit the clip button,
The bottom right ish.
but you only have 90 seconds after it's said, so don't click it for another couple minutes.
Yeah, let's wait for it. Jesus Christ. Okay, I think that's a good place to end it. We will definitely name the podcast after that. My wife is 17.
No, wait, it's not 16.
My wife is not 17. Age of consent is 11. That's also a spicy podcast title.
I could believe that. Like, age of consent in Iraq is 11. And you're married to a goat. Don't worry about it.
That's an
Don't
old
worry
dude.
about
That's an
it.
experienced goat.
Don't worry about it.
Holy fuck, dude.
Am I getting
Oh.
like married? If I travel to Iraq, I just getting married for for no reason. Stranger?
I don't think that's how it works. I hope not, at least. I hope they have a bit of a higher scrutiny process than you visit the country. Oh, I have a wife, and then you leave. I hope so. I hope so.
Oh, yeah, you would fit my daughter. We marry her.
Oh, you're broke. Never mind, take her. Wait a minute, what? That's a big yikes.
You know, that does make me wonder what happens if you go to somewhere like Nigeria,
Yeah,
marry a 9 or 10-year-old girl, and then try and go back to a country where
it's not
that's
okay.
illegal.
You will get in jail.
Will you though?
Will you?
Or get some kind of...
Oh, maybe it's not legal here. Like it doesn't matter, I guess. You will still go to jail if you do something weird to the girl.
Yeah, apparently.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
I hope that at least. Yeah, that's a good trick question. Paul did a clip. Nice.
Oh,
Paul do good. I'm proud of you, Paul.
Thanks, Paul.
But yeah, let's. Do you have anything else we want to talk about? I think we have talked about a lot of good things today.
Yeah, that's all I can think of.
Perfect. Yeah. We can do some shilling. I'm gonna stream a bit more tonight. Gonna play some Apex. Everyone is welcome to join, if you're up for it. Also gonna play some board games on Monday. It will be Ben's choice, and it's apparently not Pokemon. Whatever that means.
All right.
Whatever that means.
I mean, it's probably Digimon.
Probably, yep.
Hell yeah. Bakugan as well.
Hell yeah, dude. That is the most important one. No one cared about Buck. Bakugan came out after all that. You're like, yeah, this is trash. We know it's trash. Just buy our toys.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then on Friday, we're gonna do some more voice acting. That's gonna be fun. Some more voice acting in Chrono Trigger. We still have some more names. Well, we have one more name, the robot. We need to. So if anyone wants to figure out a name or donate for a name, whoever donates for the name will automatically have the highest spot. But if you figure out a name and you want us to use it, yeah, just share with us, and we'll see. We'll see.
Kai's did.
Yep, like Kai's did. He donated $10 for Bitch. So one of the characters' name is Bitch, and it's a very fitting name actually. We figured out after we played the game.
I'm so thankful.
She is a shit character.
Actually, shit.
Actually, trash. She's actually a trash garbage can. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you join for that. Oh yeah, this the plan is for this to be edited as well, guys.
Yep. Well, yeah, to be normalized, and I'll put an intro, outro in it, and
Equalize. Oh yeah, all that good stuff. There's not going to be any real editing because I don't feel it needs to be.
No, that's. I think it's just we let it go because it's everything kind of ties together. So
yeah, it's
Just
fine.
If you need any help, guys, just let me know.
Oh, I've done video editing for 8 years, so
Okay.
Cool.
That one.
I should
Perfect.
be okay.
Cool. So yeah, we're gonna release it on every store that I can think about. SoundCloud, iTunes,
YouTube.
YouTube, maybe even Spotify, because they do have a podcast thing. I'll look into that.
They
I'll
do
look into
actually.
that. Yeah, they do. That'd be cool. Really cool. So yeah, look forward to that. But yes, thank you guys so much for joining us. This has been amazing. We have a real name now for the podcast. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
And what was it again? The Three Games Men.
I was thinking if we should use the Three Gays men. So
when I said it, it almost Kaz puts on his Kigurumi even harder.
Yeah. Put on my Care Bear head.
Yep, you're very cute. You're very, very cute. Yeah, dude, it did sound like I said the three gays men. I'm not gonna lie, it did kind of sound like that.
Saradin, I'm actually off the following Monday because of the trip I'm taking.
Yep.
So maybe the following Monday we should play Monopoly.
Oh god, no. Please, no.
It was wild. Actually, I played Monopoly.
Oh, well, you could join us, but dude, Monopoly is actually the worst game ever made.
Not if you play it correctly. It's not absolutely horrible.
It's still horrible. It's about shutting out your competition and them not getting any sort of income.
Yep.
That's how you win that game. Stop everyone else from having fun.
I'm a pick Risk.
No! Oh no! Well, I think it was Refined who said if anyone ever picks Risk, I'm gonna skip it. But if you ever want to pick Risk, you can't either.
No,
How come?
No Risk.
How come?
Well, because I've played a lot of military-like board games. I've played 2 different Civilization board games. I've played a lot of Axis and Allies.
Cool.
And going back to Risk is just terrible.
It's just the basic game, I guess.
Yeah, it's surely about massing units. It's not about actually being, intelligent with your unit selection or your choices of attack.
No.
It's, oh look, I have more units, then I will attack you.
Fair enough. But yeah, thank you for joining us, everybody. This has been really fun. Thank you, Sen and Kais. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll talk to you guys next week.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Bye-bye.
See ya.